The Last of Us Season 3 has officially been renewed before Season 2 actually comes out, which means that clearly HBO is really happy with the early reactions that the show has been getting. The first show is one of their most viewed shows of all time. It was also very well received, winning a bunch of Emmy nominations, and pretty much everyone on the planet loved it. Not even just video game fans, but the world. Like, people that did not play the video game gravitated towards this and really enjoyed it. I, for one, am really excited that they greenlit a Season 3 because, for those of you who don't know, maybe you're not a video game fan that's watching my channel right now, The Last of Us Part 1 was an adaptation of the entirety of the first video game, The Last of Us. And then a sequel to that game came out called The Last of Us Part 2, and essentially they were adapting the entirety of Season 2 as that video game, the second one. But because there's so much that happens in that game, they're breaking it into 2 seasons, and they already announced that. So if nothing else, we were always going to get at least 3 seasons of this show, although there is rumor they want to stretch it to 4, but I don't really know how they could do that because the creator of the show, Craig Mazin, openly said that he is ending Season 3 with the ending of the Part 2 of the game. So where they go in Part 4, I don't know, but I'm not really here to talk about that. They could always hire writers to come in and do something. I mean, look at Shogun. It's adapted based off of a book that does not have a sequel. Shogun ended the way that the book ended, and they're going ahead with Season 2, and they're just going to pull from lore from our history to create a Season 2 with all those characters. They could just do that with The Last of Us and create more for the characters that survived the end of The Last of Us Part 2 to go on different adventures. But I'm really glad they announced Season 3 because I was worried. Sometimes a show can come out of the gate strong, but then the second season falters, and the reason why that scared me is because if it did falter and not a lot of people liked it, or maybe they did like it but people just didn't show up to watch it, that they would cancel it and we would literally be left on a cliffhanger for the rest of time. And that would be so devastating because it's such a beautiful, it's devastating. It is heart-wrenching and devastating, but it's also such a beautiful story about love and how grief can push people to do really awful things. And I think that it deserves the chance to be explored and completed to its finale. And I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in Season 2. There's a ton of people that I know that love this show that did not play the game, and they don't know what's going to happen to some of the characters in this, and I feel so bad for them. But it's going to be a wild ride for everybody, including people that are fans of the game, because as you all know, something happens in the beginning of that game that really just took the world by storm, at least the world of video game players. And I'm really curious to see how they're going to do that, especially with that specific person kind of shooting into stardom in terms of their career in Hollywood. Me personally, I'm not going to spoil what happens, but I'll say this to everyone that's in the know, to everyone that knows what's going to happen, I'll say this. I think that they are going to add a little bit more flashbacks to the show to prolong that person's lifespan so that they make it until the last episode. And I think the last episode is going to be where we see their demise, and then all of Season 3 is going to be the events that take place after that moment from the game, and we're just going to see it in the HBO show. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited to see what happens? What do you think is going to happen to that person? Do not spoil it in the comments down below, please. If you do that, I will delete your comment. I don't want to have to do that, but just give me a little nudge in what you think. Do you think that that person's going to make it to the end? Do you think that person's going to die in the middle? Do you think they're going to die right in the beginning? Do you think they're going to save it for Season 3? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time.